One of the things that the Ontario government has done is to promote rooftops. Even in Europe, rooftop solar power generation is really promoted because there is an advantage. Instead of using good agricultural land for solar power generation and take away the potential of using it for the right purpose, it is better to make use of the dormant rooftops that we have and make use of it and make it a place where you can generate power. So a company which is looking at rooftops, they are always looking at rooftops which are flat because that provides them the best place to set up the rooftop equipment, and they're looking for a high solar radiation location, and we have high solar radiation location right here in Windsor-essex, but more importantly we also have several rooftops. City owns several flat rooftops as well, and there are several rooftops which are owned privately. So experts believe that there are several rooftops in the region of Windsor-essex which can be utilized for power generation, rooftop power generation. Several companies in the region that are offering the whole solution. So they will identify the right location, they will do the feasibility studies, they will supply the equipment, they will connect to the grid, they'll help with the connection process and so on. So there are several companies that are here, that are local, and that are out there trying to help entrepreneurs and investors in setting up those power projects. So that's all really good. We have also ground-mounted systems. There's a huge solar farm that's coming up in Amherstburg, and that's I think about 30 to 35 megawatts. That makes it one of the large projects in the country, and there'll be more that will come in. So what this does is that it creates demand for products that goes in the solar farms, and the government, in order to create manufacturing and job creation opportunities, has mandated that there be the products that are used in those solar farms, be a portion of that be manufactured locally. So there is a domestic content rule. As of today, 40% of the components that go into the solar farms have to be manufactured in Ontario, and by January of 2011 it will jump to 60%. What this does is that it encourages a lot of manufacturing to happen in the Ontario region, and companies like to go where there is there is demand for solar products. So more solar farms, more rooftop projects, and we have that here. And they also like to go to a place where they can find the skill sets and manufacturing capacity and capability and so on. And the capacity to manufacture exists here because we have the market. The capability exists because we've, as I mentioned, we've got companies which are extremely skilled, extremely capable. They have the technology, and they can improve technology, and they can improve automation, which is something that the industry requires, because every year the cost per watt is going on reducing. So there is a need for companies to increase their efficiency of production and processes, and you can do that by automation. And we in this region of Windsor-essex are known for our automation prowess, are known to really improve our processes and improve our efficiencies, so we can offer that ability to this sector that's growing. So companies would definitely find it attractive to come here and set up their operation. Not to forget, we also have a huge market right next door in US, and that market is growing significantly as well. So if manufacturers were to come and set up an operation here, not only can they supply to Ontario, but they can also supply to US. So that's another advantage that they have. And in terms of the components that can be manufactured, there are components right now. There are several companies that manufacture components in the entire supply chain. There are companies, German companies here. There are companies from India now. There are companies, Canadian companies, American companies. They've come here and they're setting up operations to manufacture mounting systems, trackers. We've got PV module manufacturers. So in the entire supply chain, we've got companies that have come in and set up their operation. And it is our intent to create this whole thriving cluster of companies in the solar sector right here, so that Windsor-Essex region can become the leader in the manufacturing of solar products. We today think that because of our solar potential, because of the investments that have come in, because of our ability to manufacture improved products, we think we are really one of the leaders right now in the solar industry, and we intend to further reinforce our strength in this sector. So I think it is really a great time for companies, for individuals as well, who are looking at entering into this sector, and also because there is educational institutions here, such as the University of Windsor and St. Clair College, that are extremely interested in the renewable energy sector and are taking steps to provide education, to provide services in that sector, and also are doing significant amount of research that can be commercialized in the days to come. So I think overall, you know, we have the industry here, we have the educational institutions, we have the R&D capability, we have the skill sets, we have the workforce which is very interested and which has really embraced the new sector, and we have the natural resources, you know, to make it a viable sector here. So it's really a great package, you know, and as I said, we're blessed to be in a location that has got all of that.